Fernandez on the mic tonight. High school football under those Friday lights. Corona, Riverside, Redlands in the frame. Yucaipa, Murrieta, they all bring the game. From first whistle to the final score, every big play keeps you coming back for more. The stands are packed, the pride runs deep. Inland Empire never misses sleep. Wednesday night, 7:05, you know the whole town comes alive. Every drive, every tackle, every cheer, Pep got the hottest seat in here. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, number one, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, Pep Fernandez runs the show. The one that hits hard, Riverside brings heat. Redlands grinding every fourth down beat. Yucaipa makes a stand, Murrieta stays tall. One region, one heartbeat, we love it all. He breaks it down plain, he calls it true. Every team gets a spotlight view. If you want the pulse of the inland scene, Pep's got the place where the story's seen. Wednesday night, 7:05, you know the whole town comes alive. Every drive, every tackle, every cheer, Pep got the hottest seat in here. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, number one, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show, Pep Fernandez runs the show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. From the valley to the hills, every rival, every thrill. Hear the name and you already know. Pep Fernandez steals the show. Steals the show. Steals the show. Steals the show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. The Inland Sports Show. The Inland Sports Show. Number one, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show. The Inland Sports Show. Pep Fernandez runs the show.
And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified here on Wednesday night. It is scrimmage week for our high school football team, so we are getting very close to the start of the season, right around the corner, unless you're the Beaumont Cougars and you are playing tomorrow night against Hilo High School in Hawaii in week 00. So here we go into the football season. On this show tonight, we've got a lot of high school football. We're going to mix in some girls flag football as well. We got a major football breakdown with our guy Geoff Gorham, as we're going to talk about Norco, Chaparral quarterback Dane Weber, King High School, Riverside Poly, Hillcrest. There's a lot of teams that we're going to be talking about, and some of the teams that we feel like, and players that we feel like can lead their teams to championships this season. And some of the big games coming up in week 0 next week. And we'll also, we got some CBU soccer, men's and women's soccer. The women actually opening their season this evening against the California Golden Bears. So soccer season also alive and well at CBU as we get ready to go into officially the fall sports season. So if you're watching this video, make sure you give this video a like, whether you're watching live or on demand after the fact. So give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. We'd really appreciate it as we get you all set for high school football. Again, we mentioned there is one game tomorrow night. They will lead the charge for our Inland Empire teams into the 2026 season, and it's our very first Ken Sporting Goods must-see game of the year. It's Jeff Steinberg and the Cougs, Beaumont, going on the road, and I mean on the road, to Honolulu. They're going to play Hilo High School in Hawaii, week 00. What's cool about this is Beaumont now has 2 byes built into their schedule. I think it's week number 1 and week number 5 technically for Beaumont. So they're going to kick things off before everybody else and get that first game in tomorrow night. So good luck to Beaumont. Second time they've gone to Hawaii and played a week 00 game. They did 2 years ago. Now they're back. So good luck to Coach Steinberg and the Cougars. Now let's take you out to Yucaipa High School and check in with the Thunderbirds and head coach Justin Price. They've got a big scrimmage coming up. Colton, Grand Terrace, and Granite Hills to get them ready for the 2026 season. The Thunderbirds hoping to get back in to the playoffs. Here is Yucktown on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
All right, Coach, you guys have been working all summer long. Where do you guys think you are heading into week 0 against Santiago?
You know, I always think that we're in a good position because our team works hard in the off season, and I'm really proud of the way the guys have come together. I think more than anything else is the chemistry that this team's shown throughout the off season. So I'm really excited. You know, it's at the beginning of the year excitement. I think everybody's in the same situation right now. We're all 0-0, so we're hoping to come out that first week and execute at a high level and play Yucktown football.
And then what do you think it's going to take for you guys to get back to the playoffs and bring another Citrus Belt League title back to Yucaipa?
You know, it's kind of like what we talked about earlier. For us, it's going to be executing and winning in the fourth quarter. Last year, we lost 3 close games in the fourth quarter. I think that's been one thing that we've really focused on this year is finishing. So kind of executing in those crucial moments in the fourth quarter and playing at a high level at the end of the game.
All right, sweet. Thank you, Coach.
I think we just got to keep working hard and keep getting after it. We're getting after it every day. We've been working hard all offseason, all summer. We got to keep going.
And what have you seen so far from the team during the spring and summer workouts?
We're doing well. Everybody's working hard. We kind of are coming together as a group, and I think we're going to be great this year.
We got to just grind. We've been grinding all summer, all spring. We've just been grinding. We need to keep on this momentum.
And what is it going to take for you guys to get back to the playoffs and win another Citrus Belt League title?
Our motto is redemption. We got to just get that. We got to play way more aggressive than we did last year.
I think we have a good shot. You know, we've been working hard this offseason. Everyone's been grinding. And, yeah.
If you were to give me one word for this team to get back to the playoffs and win another Citrus Belt League, what would it be?
One word?
One word.
Redemption.
Inland Sports.
All right, another big high school football game coming up will be Norte Vista against Trabuco Hills. Norte Vista no longer the Braves. They are the Toros, and Ken Batdorf is going in. I think he's going into year number 32 of coaching high school football. Our guy Geoff Gorham sat down with Coach Batdorf to talk about still going strong as long as he continues to enjoy coaching football. He feels like he's still helping and changing the lives of his players, and they're winning, right, and having fun. He'll continue to do it. He says he's not done yet. So they're going to scrimmage on Thursday night. I think it's Thursday night. Yeah, tomorrow night against Hesperia, Silverado, and Rancho Mirage. A scrimmage week for Novi, and then next week they'll open up in week 0 against Trabuco Hills. And also, Coach Batdorf, the birthday boy. So let's hear from Coach Batdorf along with our guy Geoff Gorham here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
We're here with Coach Batdorf here at Norte Vista High School. Coach, can you tell us a little bit about this year's Toros team?
You had to go. You had to start it off. We're young. I think we're going to start 9 underclassmen on offense. Defense, not quite as much. I think it's 6, maybe 7. But we are a pretty young team. We have a ton of potential. But you know what they say, what potential means in French. It ain't worth yet. So we'll have to see. We have a long way to go.
All right, and you guys are kind of revamped the league this year. Now, who's in your league? What's going on? And what are your thoughts on the teams that are coming in?
Well, we went to a conference. We're a 10-man conference. And ideally, I just don't understand the logic, and all the ADs out there could try to call me and explain why we have a 10-man conference, and there's a conference right next to us that's got 14, where you easily could have put 2 teams, and I don't care which 2 teams you put in there, and you have 2 12-conference teams. But we have a 10-team conference. Our conference, the top 6 are Ramona, Patriot, Big Bear, A.B. Miller, Pacific, and us. So there's our league. And I don't know much about the 3 teams that are new to us. Big Bear, I don't know much about. I know Coach Crafton, who had been there for years, who's a friend of mine. Unfortunately, passed away this last spring. I know A.B. Miller has a new coach, and I know Pacific's doing a heck of a job trying to get out there and get more kids involved in their program. So, you know, it'll be a real interesting season.
All right, now the name change. Everybody has to talk about this name change. How hard was it for you? You can explain how many years you've been here, and you know now you guys are the Toros. Maybe you can explain it.
It was really hard for me personally. When we were talking about the name change, I went and looked. I have 206 articles of clothing that say Braves on it. For the last 32 years, it's been Braves, 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 Braves. There's nothing better than a Brave. Braves for life. I got more Braves sayings than I know what to do with. So personally, it really was hard for me. But at the end of the day, my goal as a coach is to make our kids the best people I can. So we have to kind of release that affection and affiliation and go with Toros. I'm still looking for a good bull to buy. If anybody's got a bull for sale with a sparkling personality, let me know. We can't have a ferocious bull goring kids, but you know there's some that are fairly passive, and we'd love to have that on here, and we'll name him. Maybe give a name like Brave. But yeah, I'd love to get a bull and put it out in ag, and we have an ag department that's willing to kind of house him, so we're still looking for a good bull. But it's interesting. It's kind of different for me. I mean, I am getting older, and I said this is 33rd year. I've been around for a long time, but hopefully we can keep it going and keep doing well. All
right, Coach. You finished up. Is it 28th year? You said
no.
Wait,
32.
Okay, sorry. 30.
Holy cow! What do you do for a living?
All right, never mind. I'm going to cut this out. Okay, 32 years at the helm here. Your daughter is a all CIF performer on the water polo and swim. How much longer do you think you're going to be coaching over here at Norte Vista?
I can guarantee the next 30 seconds. We'll see. As long as I have a passion and I feel like I'm doing good and I'm getting the support I feel like I deserve, I can coach for a while. If those things fall apart, you never know. And I think it comes down to, the parent support, the administration support. Kids are kids. Kids will drive me crazy sometimes. But at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And, as long as I'm getting the support I need and, I'm doing what I'm doing, I just figured out that I'm working for free because I started, my teaching career started under the Reagan administration. So, I've been doing this for quite some time. I've been a head coach for a lot of years, but before I even got here, I had a number of years in Corona Norco and Palm Springs. So, as I said, I've been teaching forever, and you never know when is the right time to retire. I'd like to go for a little longer. I'm not quite that old yet, so we'll see.
And last thing, speaking of age, happy birthday, my friend.
Somebody asked how old I was, and I said, well, in dog years, I'm about 40, which really means about 260.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's my birthday, and I try to tell our kids this, and hopefully other kids and other coaches can relate. it's my birthday, but I still got to go to work. I still got to get out there in 100-degree weather or 95 or whatever it is outside. And yeah, that's part of the beast. And when the kids tell me it's my second cousin's birthday and they're having a party at Chuck E. Cheese, I'll be honest, I really don't give two shits. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say shits, and if I'm not, I apologize. I'll say two craps or whatever it is. But when you have a job to do, you do your job. And that goes for whatever you're doing. If it's teaching, coaching, being a student, carpenter, whatever. Birthdays come and go. But you know what? Your job is your job, and do your job and make the most you can of it.
All right, we'll eat some cake. I'll talk to you later, Coach.
Inland Sports.
The old ball coach, Ken Batdorf, out there at Norte Vista doing it again. All right, we're going to have a lot more on Novi coming up next week on the return of the Friday Night Pep Rally on Riverside TV. Myself and Geoff Gorham will break down all the action from week 0 as we go live at 11 p.m. from the Riverside TV studio. Also, the Game of the Week returns on Riverside TV next week. They will open up with Riverside Poly versus Hillcrest. So there it is, Riverside TV, the Game of the Week live on the channel, and also the Friday Night Pep Rally live at 11 p.m. each and every Friday night throughout the high school football season. And speaking of Riverside TV, this week on the Riverside Sports Update, you can catch more highlights of Ramona taking on JW North in girls flag football action. The Rams coming away with a decisive 39-7 victory against the Huskies. So we have more on this all Riverside battle in girls flag football right now on the Riverside Sports Update on Riverside TV. All right, and another girls flag football story we want to share. I went out to the Redlands High School tournament this past Saturday. Just caught the tail end of it. I was out there. I had to take this. It was really hot on Saturday. Luckily, I had my Ken Sporting Goods 50th anniversary swag to keep me cool because it was hot out there. They played some early morning games. They were done by noon, but they got in some good work out there to get ready for the 2026 season. Caught up with Indian Springs, and they've got a new quarterback that they're very excited about. Remember, Indian Springs girls flag football, they're coming off a league championship and a trip to the CIF playoffs. So they were already in a good spot with Coach Cheney, Coach Taylor, but now they added a really good quarterback, a transfer from Tustin High School, Belle Zamarippa, and she's also a star softball player, a Division I recruit, but she's going to be quarterbacking Indian Springs as well. She says if she can find a college to do both softball and flag football, she would love to do that as well. So let's check in with the Coyotes quarterback, Belle Zamarippa, here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
We just have to communicate. That's all that matters. Like we know we can play, and as long as we're confident in that, like obviously don't get too cocky with it, but we know we can play and just communicate with each other. Don't be yelling at each other all the time, and correct everybody when they need to be corrected, but also give them like their kudos when they did something good.
You know, Indian Springs won a league championship last year. I mean, how do you think you can help this team maybe repeat and maybe go far in CIF or something this season?
Yeah, I mean, I hope to repeat league, but also like CIF championship wouldn't be bad either. So.
Now, coaches tell me you're quite the softball player as well, right? So are you a D1 commit? Tell me about your softball stuff.
So I'm on the Mexico national team, 18U, and then I'm not committed anywhere yet, but I do have a couple D1 offers.
So obviously you're an awesome softball player. How did you get started in flag, or why did you decide to do flag football?
I started doing flag freshman year, and I was kind of hesitant on it because I wanted to do volleyball, but then I was like, you know what, flag football is newer and I want to try something new. I want to be a part of like history, so I decided to play flag, and I've been doing it since freshman year. So
do you feel like your future is softball? That's where you're probably going to play at the next level?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing flag football either. I love both sports, but softball, if I get a better scholarship for softball, then I'll play softball, and if I get one for flag football, I'll play flag football.
So where do you play, what position for softball?
I play outfield, first, and catcher.
Okay, so how, you're a quarterback for flag, so how do you think being a good softball player, how does that kind of translate into maybe being a good quarterback for a football team?
I say arm strength, like my arm strength has to be good 24/7. I have to be throwing from far away anyway. So, and then what also helps flag football, a lot of footwork. It's a lot of footwork. So, just being able to throw a heavier ball than it is for just softball, then it's just kind of easier that way. Makes me better like both ways.
Inland Sports.
All right, good luck to Belle and the Coyotes this season. They open against Entrepreneur. I know they got a big game coming up next week against Cajon High School, so I think they're set up to have a pretty good season again out there at Indian Springs. All right, we're going to take a very quick commercial break here on the show. When we come back, we're going to spend some time with our guy, Geoff Gorham, and break down the 2026 high school football season. We'll focus a lot on the Riverside teams, but also Norco, Chaparral, a lot of the other teams in the IE as well, as we get you set for 2026. It is here. Good luck again to Beaumont playing Hilo High School on Thursday night in week 00. We'll take a quick break here on the Inland Sports Show, and we will have much more right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. Planning your next magical family vacation? Concierge Tara can help. Visit her website, crazyimagination.travel.com/Tara Fernandez. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
All right, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez, here live and amplified on Wednesday night, getting you set for the 2026 high school football season. Again, if you missed our first segment, Geoff Gorham and myself will be back on the Friday Night Pep Rally on Riverside TV. So every Friday night at 11 p.m., you can get all your scores and highlights and a lot of fun as well on the Friday Night Pep Rally. Well, Geoff now joins us here on the show to give his thoughts on the 2026 season. We talk about new coaches, teams moving to new leagues, some of the top players in the IE this season, and maybe some teams who are going to surprise some people this season. So without further ado, the Big Jeezy, Geoff Gorham on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
And here we go as the start of the high school football season is upon us. Joining us to break it all down, the ultimate high school football breakdown with the Big Jeezy himself, Geoff Gorham. And Geoff, before we talk about a lot of these teams and leagues, I do want to say we do have one game this week, and it's with one of our favorite guys, Jeff Steinberg and the Beaumont Cougars opening the season in Hawaii, man. Did you hear about that?
Hey, what do you mean did I hear about it? I was on Kona just a couple weeks ago, and people were talking about Steinberg and the Beaumont team coming over to play, and I said, guess what? They're going to come over and kick the crap out of you. So I took the Gorhams on a 10-day venture to the Big Island this year, and we landed in Hilo. And
that's who they're playing. They're playing Hilo.
Yeah, my wife thought that Kona and Hilo, she just thought the main airport was Kona or Hilo. So we ended up flying to Hilo and driving all the way across the islands, over those volcanoes, all the way to Kona. And I'll tell you what, Big Island's going to be great, but they're going to be beaten up pretty badly by the Beaumont. What are they? The Cougs.
The Cougs, man. You should have been on a scouting mission for Coach Steinberg. Went and checked out the Hilo High School Vikings.
I was. I had my binoculars, but you know what Hilo is known for?
No.
It rains more in Hilo than any other place in America. Look it up.
Are you serious?
I'm not fibbing to you. It rains more there than anything, so it could be a slobber knocker. In fact, I think it will be. Oh, I'm telling you, but what a beautiful place in Hilo. We went to the Volcano National Park. I sent you a picture. I had a double rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw
just for you.
Yeah, we saw some magma. But yes, I left my my mark on Hilo saying that we were going to go over and destroy. No, yeah, what is this? Week 00.
Week 00. So, yeah, I just found this out a couple of years ago when they started playing out-of-state opponents a week before everybody else. So if you play out-of-state, you can play a week before everybody. And, Geoff, here's another cool wrinkle about it, that if you play in week 00, then automatically you have 2 buys built into your schedule. So like Beaumont, they will have 2 buys, which I don't know, that could be beneficial, right? Like you get one right before league play starts, and you've got another one squeezed in there somewhere where you can kind of rest up or have an extra week of game planning for that next opponent.
Well, I think Steiny did that for that reason. I mean, you're going to have guys banged up. You're playing against good teams all season long. He gives you a nice little bye week to start the season after you play. You can kind of gauge of new guys you have. But I do think, I think that Beaumont's going to go in and take care of business. It'll be a barometer for Coach Steinberg, his staff. And then you work the season. It gives you a little bit of leeway. I think it's a great idea. I think everybody should go to Hawaii, actually.
I think Murrieta Valley's done it like a couple of years ago. Like there's been a couple teams here and there. And for Beaumont, this is their second time going to Hawaii. They did it 2 seasons ago. And then they played in Utah. So they had an out-of-state game there a couple of years ago. So I know Coach Steinberg, he likes to get his guys out there, get out of the area, go out of state. And I know a lot of teams don't do that. Of course, our boy Matt Logan at Centennial, man, he'll go anywhere, and play anybody. But yeah, Steinberg, he likes to get his team out there and have that, fun experience.
Yeah, and Steiny's smart. Would you rather go to Utah or the Big Island? I swam with manta rays. I snorkeled with sea turtles. I kissed a sea turtle on its shell.
Did you do a hula dance?
No, none of those things. I kissed a turtle on its shell, and it gave me hoof and mouth disease. No, what a great time, though. I haven't seen you in a while, Pep. We've been out of the mix. Football, I've been coaching hoops.
Man, you've been coaching hoops. You were in Hawaii. I'm just hanging out around the house with the dogs, man. I got nothing going on.
Oh, well, look at me. I'm in paradise right now. Look at my backyard right here. I got Thor's not running around. I got probably a couple wild cats back here.
Listen, Jeff, it's like 100 degrees outside, but it looks like you're wearing a sweater. Is that a full-on sweater? Like, what are you wearing?
Oh, let me. Come on, man. I got my MLK football shirt. I'm like Bill Belichick. Look, short.
Oh, so there's no sleeves on that bad boy.
And I can go hood. Jason McMains. We always talk about all these coaches that you and I are cover, but I don't think people understand the friendships that you and I have developed with these guys over the years. I've worked with Jason McMains for 30 years almost. Think about it. He was at Jurupa Valley. We were two young, dumb knuckleheads working together. And now he's an older, distinguished guy, and I'm still an old knucklehead. Yes.
But I guess because of Belichick, that's a thing now, right? Like you don't have. It looks like a sweater. It looks like a sweater, but it's not. It's not. It's short sleeve.
No, it's short sleeve and it's very hip. So I walk around town and they go, Bill Belichick or Jason McMains, and then they realize that Jason's like 5'2", and I'm 6'8". I'm 6'11" if I wear my Hokas.
Oh, look at that, big man!
Yeah, I'm like I go from a power forward to a center really quick.
A true five.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of McMains and the Wolves, what do you? Any thoughts on King?
Here's my thoughts on King. We've seen Jason always pull magic out of a bag every year. He plays the offense and defense based on his the kids he has. He's not going to say, I'm going to go out and throw this. We're going to spread every year. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. He plays an offense and defense based upon his personnel. And I think his personnel is saying to me this year, and it's just a gut check, honestly, I think they're going to run the football more than throw it. So a little bit different than we've seen at King. But I'll tell you what, I think Jason McMains, like Ken Batdorf, Coach Fowler, the guys that we've been, Ken Mashinsky, guys can win football games based on coaching. That's it. And I think he is more to this team. I think King is going to be better than most people think, just because I think they're going to be able to run the football this season. They got a great offensive line,
And okay, two things off that, Jeff. One, the Big West Conference, we saw Murrieta Mesa, who's won the last couple league titles, go up to the Big West Upper, and Roosevelt's going to come down. So we will have a new league champion. Maybe it'll be King. I think Roosevelt will be in the hunt too. And then the other thing too about running the football and winning championships, I just had Adam Contreras, the head football coach at Liberty High School in your neck of the woods down there, and he was saying, Liberty's going to run the football hard like the old Heritage days. And we were laughing because when Heritage played Citrus Hill for a CIF championship, Citrus Hill with Coach Zomalt, they did not attempt a single pass in that game, and they won it. They won the CIF title. And Heritage, although they passed a little bit with Brett the quarterback, Brett Virgil, they also were run heavy, man. So I think the running game is making a comeback, man.
Well, we've seen at the NFL, these running backs are getting great salary increases. But I will say this. We've talked about Ken Batdorf and Air Batdorf the last couple of years where they've thrown the football. I mean, they had Bollinger. He's now playing at Mount San Jacinto out here, so he's vying for a starting role. Iowa Sefer from Norte Vista is over at Mount San Jacinto. But I will say this. Ken Batdorf is going back to the child abuse offense, the double wing. They're going to run off tackle. He's going to go back to his smash mouth roots. And I think the run game is back. I've heard from a lot of head coaches in the area, and they said they're going to be run heavy.
I love it. Love the run game. I love teams that run. I love all about that. So, Jeff, let me ask you about this, too. I think one of the more intriguing storylines, I think, going into this season, what I'm excited about, is Derek Johnson returning to Notre Dame, the former player, the former coach who won a CIF title within, coming back for a second run. And Dude, he's got some big transfers into the program, including his own son, Darius, who is committed to Michigan. If you're committed to the Wolverines, dude, you are big time. So I think Notre Dame's going to go from basically oblivion. Notre Dame, I don't think they've won a game, a couple of years or something like that. Like, it's been a while. To, I think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to make a deep run, depending on what division they get in. I think they're going to go from like 0 to 100.
Yeah, and the only disappointment is Riverside TV is not going to be able to cover them because, they still play out of the area.
Oh, that's right, at SBVC.
Yeah, but, talking with a couple coaches.
But we'll get them on the pep rally, Friday Night Pep Rally action.
Oh. We'll get Coach Johnson. He'll show up. I guarantee it. Here's the best part about all of that is I was talking to, I think I was talking to Coach Logan or somebody, and I said, hey, Derek Johnson's over at Notre Dame, but why would he leave his son? And he said, what are you talking about? He goes, no, he's going over there. I said, you got a guy going to Michigan who's going to play like Division 37 or whatever it is, and the pedigree is there. Kids are going to want to play for him. It's going to help. I think it helps Notre Dame because kids will want to go to school there again because they've had some lean years, not horribly, but I mean they've been bad. But the lean years are going to be behind them. It's going to help with enrollment. It's going to help with community access. And I think Coach Johnson, who's a Hall of Famer, we all know that, and has proven he's going to do a great job.
Yeah, I think there was literally one guy that could turn Notre Dame around, and it was him. It was Derek Johnson coming back to his alma mater to do it. So I think Notre Dame's going to have a huge bounce back season this year. I want to ask you about this too. Travis Carter, the head coach at Hillcrest. Speaking of coaches, he's a good friend of both of ours. His wife just gave birth to their first child. He's coming off a CIF championship last year. I mean, who has it better than Travis Carter right now at Hillcrest?
Well, nobody. Myself and Ghazal Hassan were lucky enough we hosted their ring ceremony. So I saw these rings. They're giant. But you know what I will say about Coach Carter? Other than he's really handsome, he's another guy that I should have mentioned in that same core with Ken Batdorf, Travis Carter. They can win regardless of who they have, because they are such good role models off the field, on the field, and he always has them ready to play. I think they're going to take their lickings. They've lost 2 in a row to Poly the last 2 years, but you know what? He's never shied away from playing great teams, and I think Poly, we'll talk about them, I'm sure. I think Poly's going to be very good this year. They got my favorite quarterback. Everybody knows that. So we'll see. But Travis Carter might go down, could lose 3 in a row to the Bears, but he will have his guys running on all cylinders come league play for sure. They got a couple guys back from their CIF championship run, and they had a lot of young guys that were on the team that experienced that winning run, and they've worked really hard in the offseason.
Yeah, the running back, Reyes Ortiz, he might be the best running back, not only in Riverside, maybe in the IE. Like, he is way up. He almost had 2,000 yards last year. I think they're going to feature him a lot this year. I think he's set up to have a big season. And, Geoff, you talked about, Hillcrest, losing the Poly and kind of maybe stumbling through non-league a little bit before league play. Dude, even last year, when we had Hillcrest, we had Coach Carter on a couple weeks ago, and he said, he's like, if you look at last season's CIF championship, not that they were sleepwalking through the regular season, but they really didn't play good football until the playoffs. They barely got into the playoffs, and then they just started dominating. I mean, they were out, blowing everybody out, during this playoff run to win Division 10. So it was something clicked, something went off once they got to the playoffs. They weren't the same team from the regular season to the playoffs, but maybe Hillcrest can figure that out so they can have a whole great regular season going into the playoffs this time around.
Yeah, but I think of the whole Alvord district, La Sierra, Norte Vista, Hillcrest, they have a lot of freshman kids that come into the program have never played football. So you have to develop players. And I think Travis Carter, I think Ken Batdorf, since they've been there for a long time, have really developed players, and they learn how to play. And it usually takes them a year, maybe a half a year their freshman year to figure it out. But I will say, Coach Carter playing these really tough teams in the preseason, he always does. He never shies away from anyone. They will be battle tested, and that's what they were last year. They were battle tested, and they learned how to, just how to win. And they, it's always timing. Guys were playing great at the end of the year, no injuries, and
We've seen it with Arlington, who won a CIF championship a few years ago, just sneaking into the playoffs. Remember, they were like 0-5 or whatever they were going in, and then they end up, running the football. Argamosa wins a championship. We saw it with Travis Carter, and we saw it with Ramona under Ken Mashinsky when they just eked in. They were tied. They were an at-large team and won a state championship. Yeah. So a lot can happen, but Coach Carter does a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing this Arlington the new remix with Coach Casey over at Arlington.
Yeah, they open, I think, with St. Margaret's, I think, in week 0 at home. So we're going to find out real quick what the Lions are all about.
And we're going to have them, I think, in week 2. We're going to have them versus Ramona.
Ooh. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Week 2 at Riverside TV will be Ramona Arlington. It will be at Arlington. We have Poly, like I said, Hillcrest to start the year. But my wild horse or wild card is I want to see Arlington play. They have a great coaching staff. They stole a couple guys from Ramona, I heard. Did you hear that?
No. Is that the rumor on the streets?
Oh, that's not the rumor. That is the straight facts. Let me get a drink out of my Chewbacca.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I have a lot. Whatever team you want to talk about next.
Man, Chewie's my favorite. My favorite Star Wars character is Chewie. No, who's your favorite Star Wars character while we're on it real quick?
I'm a dark side guy, but I like Chewbacca. I do like old Luke, not new Luke. He's kind of woke. Well, I don't want woke Luke.
You don't want new woke Luke. You want the old school.
Yeah, I don't want hologram Luke. No. I want Luke in full form. But no, I'd say Chewbacca. Yeah. I also like that other one, Captain Phasma, but it Phasma'd out really quickly. I just like the costume. Yeah. But there's a lot of other great storylines. I think Riverside Poly is going to be very good.
Okay, so let's go there, Geoff. So that's the first Riverside TV game. You and Gazal will be on the call. Poly against Hillcrest. Huge game right out of the gate on Riverside TV to kick off the season. With Poly, I know Marjok Gustafson, your favorite quarterback in the area.
Marjok!
And here's the other thing with Poly. They've been so good the last couple of years. They're in the Ivy League this year. They got bumped up, so they won the Sun Belt League title. Now they're up in the Ivy League with like Orange Vista, Rancho Verde, Liberty, Vista del Lago, and I think, who am I missing? Is it Paloma Valley? I think it might be Paloma Valley. So, I mean, Ivy League is tough, but you like the Bears this year.
I do. I think they're battle tested. I think Marjok has finally worked hard in the offseason. He's a tremendous athlete for his size. He's a big quarterback. Kind of reminds me of a Teddy Bridgewater at times. But he's mobile. He's a leader on the field. And I'll tell you what, he's hard to tackle. If he can stay healthy and they can continue, Coach Gilbert does a great job over there. What an amazing offensive line to protect that guy is the first thing. But remember, they play athletes. They'll play both sides of the ball. They'll start guys on both sides. A lot of guys don't do that. But Coach Gilbert and the Bears will do such.
Iron Man football.
Yes,
Poly.
I love Iron Man football.
And Geoff, speaking of Poly and the Ivy League, I know they won a championship last year in the Sun Belt League, but when you play that tough league schedule, I mean, the Ivy, outside of maybe like the Big West and maybe the CBL, I think the Ivy League is really the most competitive. I mean, those games with, Vista del Lago against Liberty and, Rancho Verde against Liberty. I mean, some of those games, I know Orange Vista is the perennial champion in that league, but man, just battling and trying to fight for a playoff spot in that league is going to be tough.
Well, it is, but you have Poly. I think is a tough team. I think Poly's very tough. Orange Vista is always athletic. You don't say, hey, Orange Vista. And I'll never use this word again. I hate it when broadcasters say it. I like to use the term toughness. Everybody likes to use the term physicality, which is the dumbest word in the history of the world. I think the toughness of Orange Vista is you never ask about them about that. But if you talk about Riverside Poly, the Paloma Valley's the workhorse teams of the league, I think it's going to be fun top to bottom. I want to see the athletes play against the hard-nosed roughnecks that we've seen from our local guys.
Well, how about this? Speaking of teams that might have a big turnaround and coaches. We talked about Notre Dame and Derek Johnson. I think they're set up to have a huge season. I think they're going to win league. I think they're going to get to the playoffs, maybe make a run as well. All those sorts of things. In fact, I'm going to say right now, I think they're probably going to go 8-2, maybe 9-1 during the regular season. If I'm going to be bold and put that out there. So I'll let you, if you have a thought on that, I'll let you follow up with that. But I also want to put this out there that I think JW North is set up to have another turnaround season. I think Kiyoshi Harris is going to have, because JW North is going to go from the Ivy to the Sun Belt League. They kind of flopped with Poly. I think JW North might be set up to have a real turnaround season.
Well, the problem is, JW North, OP Vaiapulu did a great job as a head coach. They just couldn't score the football. They had a lot of injuries, injury-plagued seasons the last probably 4 or 5 years. He's had a great quarterback who, ends up playing in the Ivy League. But Coach Harris, OP Vaiapulu, I believe, is still on the staff.
Yeah.
Coach Harris has some players. He has a transfer in from Ramona Mata, who I thought was Ramona's best athlete coming back.
Yeah.
He's now at North. There are a few transfers in North High School. You have Coach Kute, who is over at Mesa, is on the staff over there. So I think they've turned it around. You still have the allegiance to Coach OP Vaiapulu, and Coach Harris, I think, is going to do a great job. Like you said, I didn't even think about Notre Dame because, we haven't covered them as much lately, but North High School is going to be our sleeper, I think, of the year.
Yeah, I think North is going to have a really nice season this year. All right, Geoff, last question. This is kind of a trick question.
Okay.
Who is going to finish in second place in the Big West Upper? Let's for the sake of our conversation, assume Centennial is going to win league again. Who is the second best team in the Big West Upper? And I want to see if you and I are going to agree on this.
Norco.
We do agree. Dude, listen, Murrieta Valley always seems to change my mind. Like, I don't know why I don't always pick against them, but I don't know why I don't always pick them. And then Chaparral, at least on paper, might have the most talent out there. But something about, dude, I think Norco, man. I think Norco is going to be really good.
I think they're going to be very good. We cannot discount Chaparral. We can't.
No.
I think I don't know the kid's name. I saw him.
Dane Weber, the QB.
I think he's the best quarterback in the state of California.
You're right. You're right. You're probably right.
I think he is a magnificent, coach out there at Chaparral does a great job. Those guys are always tough, but I do think the skilled guys of Norco are going to put on a show. You got that wide receiver. What's it name? Wong?
Blake Wong. Yes.
It's, you're never wrong with Blake. Ever.
Yeah, when Norco plays Chaparral, when Murrieta Valley plays Chap, when Murrieta Valley plays Norco, oh my gosh, man. Like those games are going to be like heavyweight fights. And again, not counting Centennial in this conversation, but when those three schools, you might even throw Vista Murrieta in there. I'm not sure, but I know those three schools, it's going to be a real live slobber knocker when they go head to head.
Well, can you honestly ever count out Cody Candelo just because he's so handsome? No, they're always super fast, defensive and offensively. But I do think that something special is brewing, like we said. I think Norco's my dark horse. We both think the same way, Pep.
I know, because remember last year they did not get in the playoffs. They had to forfeit all those games, so they did not get in the playoffs. But on the field, they were so good. And now they got Trevor Schneider back. He started at Norco, went to Chaparral. Now he's back at Norco. So I'm just like, man, I think Chaparral on paper probably has the most talent, to be honest. Like Division I college caliber talent, but
now remember Coach Barledge, right? He is the most winningest family in all of CIF history.
Yeah, I don't know how you pick against Norco. I just can't wait. And we're going to do high school football rankings again, and it's probably going to be real messy, and people are going to have strong opinions about things, but at least they play each other head-to-head on the field, so they'll settle it. Unless they all take turns beating each other, and then it's going to get it might get messy, but they'll settle it on the field. But I think at least going into the season, man, I just really like Norco.
Me too. So. I really do.
All right, Big Jeezy, we appreciate it. We appreciate you displaying your physicality of high school football here on the show.
Toughness. If anyone ever hears me say physicality on a Riverside TV broadcast, text me or at me and tell them and call me stupid. Hey, I have to mention something. You always plug your stuff. We're going to do the pep rally Friday night every week. You and I. Do you have your mug ready?
I got my Ken Sporting Goods one, but I'll get my pep rally mug out there soon.
Rally mug for the audience, and then Gazal and I are going to be covering 10 games this year. We have, I think, so far 3 RCC games, which is great. They're in their 100th year of playing football.
Is it really 100 years for RCC?
100 years. And then here's my other thing. I have a new show, Pep.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Who gave you a show?
Do you remember The Coach's Perspective?
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I do not remember how wonderful The Coach. It was how many trophies, buddy?
It was the second best show in the area. It was pretty good.
Who won more awards on that one? That was a good one. So now I'm hosting the Bridge City Sports Show.
Where's Bridge City?
What do you mean, where's Bridge City?
Where is that?
Rialto.
Oh, Rialto.
Bridge City. You thought we were talking Pittsburgh, didn't you? No.
Yeah. Three Rivers Stadium. Yeah, Three Rivers.
The Bridge City Sports Show with Geoff Gorham.
Can I let you in on a little secret?
Yeah, I have a bug flying by my ear, but yes.
I'm gathering as we speak. I'm gathering Rialto, Carter, and Eisenhower highlights for your show, Jeff.
Yeah, I knew it.
So, the Bridge City Report with Jeff.
Yeah, the Bridge City Report. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. And then Friday nights, we're going to be up till, what time's our show? 11 o'clock?
11. We'll go live at 11, man. Live from the studio. It's going to be awesome with all your scores, highlights, analysis, maybe some fun as well.
Well, it's more fun than analysis and But no, I'm looking forward. I love football. This is my 10th season with Riverside TV. And I think you and I have been together even longer.
It's been a long time, man. This is our time to shine. This is it.
I'm getting older. You're getting older. I want to do less, my friend. But I just want to tell you, Pep, I love you. Every single season, we do a great job at Riverside TV. Looking forward to working 10, let's say 14 weeks, 15 weeks, including 0 week. Another year at Riverside TV, and I love you, Pep. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at Riverside TV.
Friday nights, 11 p.m., the Friday Night Pep Rally on Riverside TV. And, of course, Jeff and Gazal on the call with the game of the week. The first one in week 0 next Friday, Riverside Poly taking on Hillcrest. That's the Big Jeezy, Geoff Gorham. Jeff, always good catching up, man. Happy football season.
Happy football. See you next week.
Inland Sports.
Well, there he is with his Chewbacca mug and all, Geoff Gorham. Again, Friday Night Pep Rally on Riverside TV, returning in week 0, August 21st. So look for that, Jeff and I, in the Riverside TV studio. All your scores and highlights and action. All right, we're going to take one more quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll mix in a little CBU soccer. In fact, the women's soccer team opening the season against the California Golden Bears today. We'll check in with one of their star players, who was actually a star player at Citrus Valley High School in Redlands, and now she's with CBU anchoring that defense, Ava Lopez, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. Planning your next magical family vacation? Concierge Tara can help. Visit her website, crazyimagination.travel.com/Tara Fernandez. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. And we have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
All right, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We've done a lot of high school football, some girls flag football as well. We're going to mix it up and finish off with some CBU soccer. Had a chance to do another edition of the Lancers Athletic Podcast, so check it out wherever you check out podcasts like Spotify. This week it's CBU women's soccer, and got to catch up with Ava Lopez as well, former Citrus Valley High School star, one of the stalwarts on that defense for CBU, although she scored a lot of goals with the Blackhawks, and we laughed about that, how she went from a big-time goal scorer to being a defensive player for CBU. But it's paid off, because CBU women's soccer has already won a couple WAC tournament titles and gone to the NCAA tournament twice, including last season, winning the final WAC tournament championship, going to the national tournament, taking on Kansas. And but now CBU going from obviously the WAC to the Big West Conference, which is very exciting. So we talked with Ava. We talked to Coach St. Clair, Anya Yestrovich. So check out the Lancers Athletic Podcast, streaming right now. But here's a quick soundbite from Ava as well, talking about the season. Again, they open up today, a little bit earlier today. In fact, I didn't see the final score before I jumped on air, but they open up the season at the Cal Golden Bears. So here is the former Citrus Valley Blackhawk, Ava Lopez.
Inland Sports.
I would just say being together as a team, taking it one game at a time, focusing on the bigger picture, but also taking it one game at a time, making sure that we're together and unified and have each other's backs. I'd say growth. I mean, it's going to be our first few games, so it's not going to be perfect, but just learning from our mistakes and just growing from it, and just, again, having each other's backs, being out there, being a sisterhood, and just supporting each other and being each other's biggest cheerleaders.
Inland Sports.
All right, that was Ava. And again, check out the Lancers Athletic Podcast with Ava and CBU Women's Soccer this week. Also had a chance to interview CBU Men's Soccer and one of their star players, Blake DiAugustino, who he's a cool story, man, because he got drafted by Sporting Kansas City of Major League Soccer in the second round, and he decided to go back to CBU for his junior season. So he's already one of the top goal scorers, not only at CBU, but probably in the country. But he decided to go back to CBU for another season, knowing that professional soccer is on the horizon. It will happen. And here was Blake on his decision of not going to MLS and coming back to CBU for another year.
Inland Sports.
I think the most important thing is just the group that is here returning. I think that was one of my biggest decision factors, and It was a really stressful time to feel like one day I was going to 100% go pro and pursue that opportunity. And then the next day I feel like I could never leave CBU and the special environment and special team I have. But after praying about it and giving the decision to the Lord, I think it was pretty clear what I need to do, and important that I believe in my team and the players that I'm coming back to play with and how far we're going to go, because I think we're going to do a lot of damage this year in college soccer. So it's going to be great.
Inland Sports.
All right, good to catch up with Blake as well. And you can look for him and Coach Co Michelson from CBU Men's Soccer on a future Lancers Athletic podcast in about a week or two. So that'll be coming out soon. That's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. High school football is here. We're very excited about it. Again, good luck to Beaumont High School taking on Hilo High School in Hawaii on Thursday night to kick off the 2026 season. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night.